Good evening, everybody. Wow. This is good, isn't it? I was getting a bit worried we might be a bit empty, but this is amazing. It's so busy and so noisy, and I love that. And we're going to be even noisier this evening. So, first off, I want to hear a great big Manchester. You all right? Nah. This room is fuller than that. I want to hear more and louder. We're going to keep practicing until we get this right. Ready? You all right? One more, and this is going to be the top one. Right? You ready? You right? Yeah! Better. Right. We're going to come back to that and practice a bit more later. So, hello, good evening, and welcome to the Spirit of Manchester Awards 2023. Oh, I've missed doing this. I last did this in 2019 because I missed last year's, for those of you who are here. So it's lovely to be, as Ronnie Corbett used to say, it's lovely to be back with you all, isn't it, Ronnie? I'm Lord, let me get this right, do it the proper way. Lord Mayor, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, friends and children, because we've got some children in the room, which is great, get them early. It's my very great pleasure to welcome you to the Spirit of Manchester Awards, celebrating Manchester's incredible volunteers, charities, community groups, faith organisations, social enterprises, basically the legions of people around this amazing city who believe that life can be better and are doing something about it. My name is Mike Wild. I'm the Chief Exec of MAC, and if you don't know MAC, then really, how have you got here? But also, our job is, well, it's very simple. It's one word, it's Manchester. Our job is to support all the amazing things that happen in our communities across the city. I often say my job is to make more good stuff happen in Manchester, and that's a lovely job to have. So I am going to be talking a lot tonight about what we call the VCSE sector, which is shorthand, voluntary, community and social enterprise sector. But it means charities, it means community groups, it means voluntary organisations, it means faith organisations that do such amazing community work. It means all kinds of different groups of people who are getting together to make good things happen. And MAC helps that happen because we help set up new groups, we help them find funding and resources and volunteers and encourage, cajole, sometimes challenge, and just try and push the whole thing along. We help local people be active in their communities through our volunteer centre. We bring local organisations together to collaborate and raise their voices sometimes, which has been something that we will come back to as a theme for the evening. And that's about working in collaboration with the City Council, the NHS, other partners all around Manchester and increasingly Greater Manchester. So MAC really aims to be a kind of inspiring, influential voice in the city, but our voice is your voice. You know, it's all of us working together. It's not us saying what we want. It's about helping all that come together. And tonight is the moment when all those different things join up into one room. And tonight's when we come together and celebrate that also, but also shout about it, because it's an amazing thing and we should all be so proud of it. Tonight is when we invite you to join with us and stand up and say what we think is important, to focus on the compassion and kindness and humanity in this city that characterises our VCSE organisations that are the best of this city, to celebrate the beautiful diversity of Manchester's communities, regardless of what some of our national politicians might think this week. I'm going to try and keep my temper this evening, but honestly, they tested it yesterday. What we celebrate tonight, like I say, is people getting on and making their patch of the world better for everybody in it. Every time in the last few years that something has happened, the VCSE sector has been there. All you who work in VCSE organisations have all stepped up when there's been a challenge like the global pandemic, but also so many other things, the cost of living crisis that we're seeing. You're incredible. And tonight is about celebrating that, because that is a source of immense hope. And boy, do we need a bit of hope just at the moment. All of the stories you will hear tonight are all about hope and inspiration, because we need that now more than ever. So I'm going to stop rabbiting on and introduce our guest of honour. So it's my very great pleasure to welcome, to get this celebration officially underway, the Lord Mayor of Manchester, Councillor Yasmin Dar.
Good evening. I'll say it once more. Good evening. Peace and blessings to you all. An absolute honour to be here with you all this evening. So I am the 125th Lord Mayor of Manchester and the first Asian woman to be appointed in this role. So I am delighted and absolutely honoured to be speaking to you this year at the Spirit of Manchester Awards ceremony. This is the 11th Spirit of Manchester Awards and the first time it has taken place here in the King's House Conference Centre. As we all know, residents across Manchester are feeling the pressure of the rising cost of living, with those residents already in disadvantaged positions being hit the hardest. People's access to good quality, nutritious food has significantly decreased. A recent survey has found 42% of respondents across the region, equivalent to 500,000 households, said they weren't eating as much or as often or as well as they should. More than half of households with children also reported increased levels of food insecurity. 4 in 5 residents said that their expenditure on essentials had increased, and more than 80% stated that they were worried about rising costs. Over half of residents reported that they were having difficulty affording energy bills, and at the same time, borrowing rates have increased, with 35% of households taking out loans or using credit to try to cope. I've seen firsthand the vital role that Manchester's voluntary community and social enterprise sector has played in supporting and helping those in need throughout the cost of living crisis. On behalf of Manchester City Council, I would like to thank each and every one of you for ongoing dedication and commitment. I absolutely applaud everything that you do. Absolutely proud. I stand here as a proud Mancunian and standing in front of you proud individuals. So I feel more humbled and more privileged to be here in a room, sharing a room with you all. I know that alongside the council and other key agencies, Manchester's voluntary and community and social enterprise sector will again rise to the challenge and help our residents, our communities, to cope through the provision of effective services, compassion and hope. I know that you will all continue to work tirelessly to ensure that Manchester's communities and residents have access to much needed support and services. Please continue to do what you do. The Spirit of Manchester Awards are an established and high-profile celebration of the incredible work that you all do, your commitment and achievements of organisations and individuals who tirelessly work for the benefit of Manchester and its diverse communities. The Spirit of Manchester Awards continue to recognise the difference that the thousands of volunteers, community groups and socially minded businesses make to this great city. I wish to personally thank and congratulate every person and organisation that has been nominated for one of this year's Spirit of Manchester Awards. I am proud to be associated with the Spirit of Manchester Awards, and I wish you all success in the future. At the end of the day, you're all winners, you're all champions, you're a credit to this city and to each and every one of us here. So thank you and God bless.
Thank you, Lord Mayor. I think one of the things I've come to appreciate over the last few years particularly is just how hard our Lord Mayors work when they get their term in office. You wouldn't believe the calendar that they have going around, so it really means a lot to us when every single one of them since we've run the Spirit of Manchester Awards has been here. And that means so much to all of us, so thank you once again, Lord Mayor. Really appreciate it. Right, so I will slip into air hostess mode for a moment. I'm not going to change costume, but so a few bits of housekeeping. We are going to finish by 10 o'clock. So we've got to be out of the venue on very strict time. There's a lot to get through, so I'm going to have to move us along fairly quickly. There are no speeches this evening. This isn't one of those where everybody gets up and makes a speech. We're just going to rattle along as quickly as possible and just keep it fun. The more mundane things, the toilets are downstairs if you need them. If you do need to use the lift to access the toilets, then the lift is over that side, and you go down to the ground floor because the toilets are more accessible from there. We have one break about halfway through, so this isn't school. You don't need to stick your hand up and ask permission to go to the loo. Just get up and go. You will have to buy raffle tickets to sit down again, though, so just bear that in mind. Drinks. This is a dry event, but there are drinks on the table. They're available throughout the evening, so just help yourself to whatever's there. The food is going to be removed during the evening, so if you've not eaten yet, grab some now, because it will go. This laminated card says there are no fire alarms planned. So presumably that's true every day, if it's been laminated. I don't know how that works. If the fire alarm is activated, it is an electronic siren. And the fire exits and escape routes are clearly marked with green, I'm going to say running person signs. Let's not be gender normative. If the fire alarm is activated, there is a partial or total power failure. Do not use the lift. The assembly point is on the front car park of the sports centre, in other words, where you came in. No smoking, toilets, etc., etc. It says, please be quiet while using the lift. I don't know what they imagine people get up to in the lift, but anyway, don't disturb people while you're in the lift is an interesting message. I will leave that thought with you. Right, so that's that side of it. We are webcasting on YouTube tonight, so hello to our YouTube audience. Hello. Let's give them a big cheer. Hello. Yay! Right. They will hear that in we've calculated about 14 seconds from now. That will finally reach them because there's a bit of a delay. And our friend, I think Ben from Media Cubs, where are you? I haven't seen him yet. Oh, hiya Ben. Ben is possibly going to be doing the bits of filming during the evening? No? Little bits, okay. We'll come back to that later. So, thank you, Ben. We are also taking lots of photographs because, hey, we're the voluntary sector, we need to do monitoring and evaluation, and photographs are a really good way of doing that. But also it's nice to have a memory. So we've got David McClenahan, who's here. He does this every year. When I say, where is he? And he's right in front of me, I should get used to that. So David's taking photographs of our nominees and winners. Thanks so much for coming to help us out once again. If you don't wish to be photographed or filmed, it's going to be a bit difficult, but you should have all had the opportunity to let us know. If you haven't done so and you don't want to be seen in any of the photographs we use, then you can speak to one of the Max staff who are dotted around, and I'll introduce you to them in a moment. They will help you with a lanyard that you can wear so that we don't capture you in any photographs. Please turn your phone to silent, but don't turn it off. You're going to need it. And I'm going to explain why in a moment. There is Wi-Fi available in the building. Hopefully you've got all that information on your table. But if you do need it, the Wi-Fi code is... our WhatsApp groups are filling up quickly. King's House, and the password is welcome247. So that's the public Wi-Fi network, King's House, and the password is welcome247. Right, so I need to tell you a little bit about how this works. We get onto the exciting stuff and I stop rambling soon, don't worry. We're going to be sharing lots of stories tonight and broadcasting it, and we're going to get it out as far as possible. So if you're in the room or if you're watching online, I want to ask for your help. Because, like I said, this is all about celebrating and applauding and sharing stories about all the kindness that's going on all around us. And we want to make more of that happen. So you can help us out if you're on any form of social media. Use the hashtag SpiritofMCR23. Share your own stories. If you've got somebody you want to say thank you to, let us know, because we're going to be watching those social media feeds and reading some of them out as we go along through the evening. But also, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your colleagues, share things that are out there, because that helps more good stuff happen. It inspires other people to get involved in this stuff. So the first thing you need your phone for is to spread the word. Now, I don't know what version of Twitter or X or whatever it's called now people are still using. There's all sorts of different alternatives. Just wherever you've got a voice and wherever you've got space, if you can help share the stories you hear about tonight, that would be brilliant because it will connect to other people. We want to get everybody talking about this version of Manchester, about the communities and the people who live here, the things that matter, not just the dismal pantomime of some of our national politics, and about why this is a place that deserves a decent train line. Anyway, so you can join in, tell us who you want to thank, who you want to celebrate, but also help get the word out and shout out to your colleagues. So we'll go back for a couple of updates during the evening. The second thing you can use your phone for, as you may have gathered from the information on your tables, is you can use it to give us some money. But it's not for us. You can encourage other people to give us some money, but again, it's not for us. As part of our Spirit of Manchester programme, we try and do a bit of fundraising as we go along, and that's really just so that we can give it away and make more good things happen with it. So we have a thing called the Spirit of Manchester Fund that we give out as mini grants to local community organisations. And you will see on your table there is a bit of information with a link to where you can see the Spirit of Manchester Fund stories, because when we give people a small grant, we just say, tell us the story. I'm not asking you for monitoring information or key performance indicators or any of that nonsense. Sorry, funders who are in the room. Just tell us the story of what difference that made, because that's the important thing. What difference did it make? So we've pulled all those stories together. We gave out about 50 of these in the last year, because we've managed to get lots of different bits of money into the fund over the last year. So you can find some stories of actual projects that have happened as a result of the Spirit of Manchester Awards there. You can donate through local giving. Again, all this information is on your table. You can donate by text using Donor. I'm not going to go into all the details of that because if you're watching online, it's being shared on the screen, and if you're here in the room, it's on your table. The key thing is it helps more stuff happen. Now, the other bit that helps with that, and a highlight of the awards every year, is the amazing Spirit of Manchester Raffle. Can I get an ooh? I need a bigger ooh. That's a bit better. Okay. Actually, there are 2 raffles going on this year. We've got one online. So for the people on YouTube, there's an online one going on. Or if you haven't managed to make it here this evening and you're watching later, there is an online raffle you can take part in. But there are also Mac colleagues. Did we agree marauding or patrolling the room? I can't remember which word we settled on. But anyway, there's colleagues are wandering around the room with raffle tickets and electronic card machines, which is a first for us. So it's a chance to win some of these fabulous prizes that are on display here. You will notice for a dry event, we do seem to have rather a lot of alcohol on offer this year. If you win the alcohol, you can't drink it here this evening. I'm sorry, it's just the rules of the house. But anyway, we've also got, as we always do, a special prize. So everybody who's in the room, your name has been entered in the prize. You don't have to buy a ticket, it's so everybody has a chance of winning something, and that's a special prize which we will draw before the end of the evening. So that's the second thing you might need your phone for, is to help share that information about funding. And the third thing, I am now coming to how this all works. So I'm sure many of you have been to the Spirit of Manchester Awards before, but hopefully there are lots of people here who haven't been. So if you're joining us for the first time in the room or online, hello. But I now need to tell you what you've got to do this evening, because you think this is a free lunch. It's not. So how it works. Every year, MAC selects a number of categories to highlight things that we think are important about the way charities and communities and voluntary groups and all those social organisations work, things we want to encourage and celebrate. And really, that's the only bit that we actually control. So we pick the categories you're going to hear about this evening. We then send out an invitation all across Manchester to people all across the community to send in nominees against each of those categories. And that's brilliant in itself, because we get so many amazing stories. It's unbelievable. There is a link to the brochure with all these stories in. That's actually, again, one of the things on the information on your tables. And there's a link to it on YouTube as well. But we get so many in that we have to narrow it down a bit. So what we do is we ask a completely independent panel of judges to look through those nominations and pull them down. After that, we then work with those organisations to make a little film about each one of them. And we're going to show you those films tonight, and then you're going to vote for the winner. So you're going to decide who wins, not us, not some mysterious other people outside. You're going to pick the winners tonight. Now, before I could tell you how you do the voting, I just want to thank the judges, because this job gets harder every year. So can you please put your hands together for Robert Nieri, Sarah Perkins, Nicola Torkington, Elaine Unegbu, Ben Watkins, and once again, the chair of our judging panel, Jez Myers. His 10th year of chairing the panel, so thank you. It's a hard job doing that judging. Like I say, all the information about all the nominations is on the Manchester Community Central website, and all the ways you can keep in touch with us. It's all out there for you. So, your phones need to be kept handy for the voting bit. So we're using a system called Slido. If any of you have come across that, it's something that you just simply open up on your phone. It's a very simple online poll. What we'll do is every time there's a vote, we'll just open up a little poll, and you just keep it open and it'll update for you as we go along. I'm going to share a link to the voting page, and I want you to keep that open. The link is also on your table. It's on the printed card information that's all out there. All of this is in front of you, but it'll come up on screen. There it is. Thank you very much. So you just go to slido.com and then enter that number. Okay? I'll just keep talking while everybody gets used to it. We're going to have a practice at this as well. We're going to do a test question just for a bit of fun. So has everybody had a chance to get that open? What are we doing for time? Okay. I've got Matt colleagues dotted around the room. Are we okay? Okay, have you got it open? Right, there will be a test question coming up. Right, so the test question is, who was Delia Derbyshire? Now, there's a Manchester charity called Delia Derbyshire Day, and they've got a big anniversary coming up soon that they're doing a lot of work on. Yes, I know you know, Paul. There's a 2-hour lecture following this, if you're not care. So, was Delia Derbyshire the first person to speak in the very first episode of Coronation Street? Was she the creator of the theme music from Doctor Who, or was she the inventor of the Bakewell tart? So we're going to start voting, and you're going to have 30 seconds now. You get used to this music as well. Okay, so when the music finishes, that's when the voting is closed. Now this is where the 13-second delay on YouTube comes into it, because we've got to leave it open for the people who are watching 13 seconds behind us. And this is why I'm talking for another, I should be timing 13 seconds exactly here. But we've got to leave it open so the people on YouTube have time to vote as well. So after every one of these, I've got to waffle on for 13 seconds. I think that's probably enough. Thank you, Jack. Right, so have I got the result? This is where it gets techie. Jack, have we got the answer? Right. Aha, here we go. Right. So, 37% of you think Delia Derbyshire was the first person to speak in the very first episode of Coronation Street. 26% of you think Delia Derbyshire was the inventor of the Bakewell tart. So quite correct, 38% of the room know that Delia Derbyshire was the amazing woman who created the theme tune from Doctor Who. And Delia Derbyshire Day is a charity that goes around and educates young kids about how to make music with sound and art, and it's beautiful because that's what she did. She didn't play any instruments on it, she made it all out of bits of tape and noise. I'm available for parties and bar mitzvahs on that subject. Right, moving swiftly on. So you can see how the voting works. It's that simple. You just keep that Slido page open, it will present you with the question, and you'll have 30 seconds to pick up on, pick your winner. So, before we get into our first of all award, I just want to practice that noise thing again. So I'm going to ask you to clap. Now I want you to start off very quietly, like this. Just putting your hands together very gently. I don't want to hear just a tiny ripple of noise going around the room. And then I want you to slowly get louder. I'm going to dial it up. And we're going to get louder and louder and louder and louder and more. And right, after 3, we're going to really go for it. 1, 2, 3! That's it. Now, you are going to meet some amazing people, and they deserve that level of noise every time they come onto stage, so you've got to keep that up. I know there's a health and safety risk of repetitive strain injury, but tough. This is a party. You've got to celebrate them. So, let's do our first award, which is Volunteer of the Year. So, I said that before, that my job is to make more good stuff happen, and the best bit about, for all of us being at Mac, is the amazing people doing fantastic things in our community with little or no recognition. So tonight, it's our pleasure to introduce you to some of those people and organisations, and of course, where else would we start except with volunteers? There are over 162,000 people in this city who volunteer every year in our organisations in the VCSE sector. There's also people who volunteer with the ambulances, with the NHS, with other, but just in our sector alone, 162,000 people. That is incredible. And that number keeps growing. So times are hard, but people still want to do stuff to help. You are about to meet some proper community heroes. So, can you please put your hands together as we welcome to the stage the nominees, Kiva Frischman, Lil Lockham, and Pat Walsh. Come on, keep the noise up while they come to the stage. So everybody gets a certificate from the Lord Mayor, and we are now going to watch the films while they have their photos taken. Okay? We roll the films.
I'm a volunteer at the Voluntary Lives I've been volunteering for 3.5 years, and I've been coming here for 5 years. I came here as a young child and got a lot of support from all the staff here, and I can't go my mind to what I wanted to do. I wanted to help out here, give back to the community. So I help out with cooking, I do football sessions, I do with children. I am the head of Youth Voice Forum.
I nominated Kiva because I feel that he's been a massive part of the adventure playground out here with the show.
So my name's Caleb, I'm a youth engagement worker for Manchester Lives. He does an amazing job every time he's here. All the young people love being around him, staff love being around him, he's always helping us.
It's a security for him that's been said, and he often tells us as a movement here, as an organisation, you're doing your job, and you have to do the right thing. It's worth doing.
My name's Sylvia, and I became a volunteered here at Fairfield Library around about 11, 12 years ago, after we'd campaigned to save the library from being closed down. Around about 12 years ago, Manchester City Council made the decision to close 6 libraries in Manchester. Decided that I would want to do something about it because this library had given something to me when I was a child, and I didn't want to deny that to anybody else. And we became a place of that library.
She does bingo, she does buffets, we have sandwiches, we have film nights, we all get together.
We're having a Christmas party and she's helping run it.
We just wouldn't know what we do without her. Not the same when she's not here. We do all sorts, and she makes sure it's all arranged.
Without her, we wouldn't go anywhere.
Hi, I'm Pat Rose. I'm a volunteering advice worker and support at an organisation called Irish Community Care in Manchester.
Patrick has been volunteering with Irish Community Care for over 3 years now.
The way he's helped me is really unbelievable.
To have someone like that who brings professional and personal experience with his empathy and compassion to the work we do supporting the Irish community is invaluable.
He's been working in the background and sharing his knowledge with us as an ex-barrister.
Because of 12 years of austerity, people face huge problems in Manchester: poverty, difficulty accessing services, and it does make a difference if it's an organisation battling. So I'm trying to bat for other people who face those problems.
For a volunteer who definitely goes there for my life. He has helped me out in several different ways.
We've learnt an awful lot from him.
Very, very helpful, very knowledgeable, very polite.
Hello, there we are. Right, so you know how this works now. So it's time to start voting. So you should all be back on Slido. Off you go. Okay, so the music stopped, so the voting is over, except, like I say, for people on YouTube. So just while we're waiting for YouTube to catch up, I just want to say something very quickly about volunteering. And I say this every year because it's really important. The word voluntary means by choice. By definition, volunteering is something that cannot be compulsory. If somebody's giving their time and skills for free, it's volunteering. Do not call it anything else. Max supports the Keep Volunteering Voluntary campaign. So we have pledged that we will never take part into any schemes that force people into volunteering in order to keep their welfare benefits or anything like that. And we ask everybody in the VCSE sector in Manchester to join us in doing the same. So I think we should be getting ready to... Have we got the winner? So to announce the winner, I'm going to invite to the stage Jez, the chair of our Spirit of Manchester judges, to tell us what the findings of the votes were.
Good evening, everybody. Very proud to say the winner for the Volunteer of the Year award is Kiva Frischman.
Okay, so that's the first award done. You see how this works now? And now that we've got used to how it works, we're going to change it immediately because this one's slightly different. So this award is for Young Volunteer of the Year. As part of celebrating Volunteers Week in June, we wanted to celebrate the contribution of young people to the life of the city. So we invited nominations for Young Volunteer of the Year, but because Volunteers Week is in June, we wanted to announce it in June. So we actually, for this one, we did ask the judges to make the decision. So you're not voting on this one. I'm just going to ask you to watch this film.
Hi, I'm Emmy. I'm 14. And I volunteer every week at Emmy's Kitchen. So my journey all started from obviously my mum being next to my bedside while I was in hospital, to watch my mum be a parent who's struggling to see me like that. I just wanted to help impact like people like my mum.
How Emmy has tackled her illness and dealt with kind of that from it she wants to really help other people and other parents and other children to have a better experience in hospital is really inspiring. She blows my mind every day in terms of her determination and commitment.
We've come so far now, overcoming like the pandemic and just kind of learning how to get around different things and just to really excel at what we're doing. You know, people comment on it saying how much of a difference it makes, and that's just like what keeps us all going, to be fair, not just me. It's like we like doing it. It's rewarding and enjoyable because we get to see what an impact we make on people's lives. I definitely find it very important to show young people that just because you're young doesn't mean you can't achieve stuff.
She's kind of really been the driving force behind Emmy's Kitchen and how we continue to support parents.
Through the work I've done, I've inspired friends and family to help with this project, and I really hope to inspire other young people to do more volunteering for the wider community.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome with a huge round of applause, Emmy! Tough tonight, isn't it? There's more of that, trust me. So, next award is another part of volunteering, but an important part. Trustee or Committee Member of the Year. We always celebrate the amazing work of volunteers because they're the heart and soul of our sector. But there's one group of volunteers who deserve a special mention because they play a unique role in the way we actually work as organisations. Being a charity trustee or a committee member of a local voluntary group means you're giving your time and skills and insights. It also means you're putting your effort into making sure the organisation's doing the right things, doing them safely, doing them well, being effective. How many trustees have we got in the room? Look at that. There's a lot of trustees. There's a lot of people in this room are trustees of other organisations than the one that maybe brought them here tonight. I know a lot of my own trustees are here as well. So this award celebrates the people for the qualities, knowledge and skills they bring to their board or committee and how they support other trustees or committee members in developing good governance and how they champion the organisation. So please welcome to the stage the nominees, Mohammed Agar, Matthew Johnson and Brian Johnson.
Actually, I feel about great, very good. Since the beginning, because me and Jailani, who passed away for coronavirus, we found Saska 2007, June, and still I'm here. Particularly as a guardian, like old man, do this and do that. And also, I used to do language support for immigration solicitor called Paul Morris, who worked with us as a voluntary, and who I know him about nearly 10 years now. It's very important, not only Somali community, but the local community, because there's no barrier in such a service. We support everyone. And we work as a first come, first serve.
I'm Matt Johnson, and I'm a trustee at the incredible charity LifeShare.
Challenges, it's never a boring role to have, certainly at an organisation like LifeShare. It's great to be able to volunteer and give something back, see the organisation and the whole sort of impact, the value that so many different people, both those people who are volunteering and giving their time towards LifeShare, but also the people who access services through LifeShare. When you actually see them enjoying things like the breakfast or succeeding with a digital skills workshop, you know, it's you can see the importance of the collective effort within a charity. As a member of the Board of Trustees, I work with a group of fantastic individuals. We work collaboratively and really sort of like it's about the collective effort coming together to help LifeShare continue to deliver the amazing work that it does.
With some fantastic support from Mac, we have actually set Disbury Park up as a charity, and our main aim is to maintain and improve Disbury Park.
So how do you see your role in achieving this purpose?
What we try and do is make sure that people are appreciated, that they enjoy what they're doing, and that they're made very welcome. But also what is important for us is that we have a clear plan with MCC. We volunteer in Disbury Park every Monday morning. During the last 3 months, we have completed over 2,500 hours. And I did a calculation, and that is equivalent to over 4 full-time people working every day in the park.
Can you tell me what you're most proud of?
Most of all, I'm proud of the fact that everybody has actually come together as a community.
So if I can summarise, you've turned a park that was very neglected into one that's attractive and well used by the local community. Also, it's made a big contribution to improving people's quality of life.
Back with voting. Oh, there we are. So has everybody voted? Okay, so just while we're letting the YouTube crowd catch up, just want to say, if you've never been a trustee of a charity, and I know a lot of you have, please think about it. Please, I would urge you to think, I say this to everybody, it's a brilliant way to help your local community, but you also gain an amazing insight into the way organisations work. So if you're looking for your own development, being a trustee is something you can do for free. In fact, you'll actually get your expenses paid for it, which isn't true of most things. You don't have to know everything. I hate this thing about trustees who have to be experts on stuff. They don't. What you have to be good at is being a reasonable person who can ask questions about, that doesn't make sense. Explain that to me. Why are we doing this? It's, you know, we trust juries to make decisions about crime, you know, and they're not picked because they're all lawyers. Trustees are picked because they are members of our communities. And whatever skills you've got, whether it's knowledge of the place that you're in or the community that you're part of, it's not about being a legal expert or a financial expert, although they're very good to have. So if you want to do that as well, it's great. Charities tend to focus on those things, but it's commitment to the cause that makes the difference in the end. So if you want to find out more about being a trustee, please get in touch with us at MAC. Have we got the winner? Right. So to announce the winner of the Trustee Awards, who else would I ask up to the stage but the chair of my own board of trustees at MAC, Roger Cairns.
Hello everybody, and thank you, Mike. And yeah, I'm probably living proof you don't have to be an expert to be a trustee. But I'm pleased to say the winner is Mohammed Hagar. Congratulations.
So, we've had a watch handed in. Has anybody lost a watch? It's a Skagen, or Skargen, for those who were my age and like the specials. It'll go in the raffle if nobody claims it. Is it? I was going to say, do you want to describe it? But it says 8:45. So. Well, that was a first, right? Okay, so moving on to the next category, volunteering team. So we introduced this category because over time we started getting nominations from teams of volunteers who came together to do fantastic work as a group. We wanted to celebrate that because that's a perfect example of the power of collaboration, which is something we're really passionate about at MAC. People coming together to pool their skills and talents and make something happen in pursuit of a shared cause. So please welcome to the stage the nominees from Emmy's Kitchen, the Space Group Manchester, and the MASH volunteer team. Come on, get the noise going again, that's better.
Is all about thinking and looking after parents with a child in hospital. We provide hot meals and snack bags to parents staying in the Royal Manchester Children's Hospital every week. We have worked together throughout through the COVID period and beyond, really. We existed prior to COVID and did things quite differently, and then responded in terms of the need of the parents at the Children's Hospital and their access to hot, nutritious food. And so we then rallied as a team to really meet that need. Our volunteering team have really showed massive hard work and commitment in terms of really ensuring that there's consistency and quality to what we produce week in, week out, and turning up, getting to the hospital so that every week, 6 o'clock, parents are guaranteed a hot meal.
really appreciate you, Space. You are brilliant.
Really is across the whole organisation that we get that volunteer support, and they're all incredible and they're all making such a difference to our ability to do our work. The majority of the women we support are living challenging lives. These women who are in precarious housing situations, that are homeless, that are surviving. Having a space where women can access that is warm and welcoming and friendly, and they feel able to come to MASH and they can just get some respite and some warmth and something to eat and a friendly ear and someone that listens to them and someone that doesn't judge them, that doesn't stigmatise. And I think that's the key to our volunteer team. It can really be the difference for women to come somewhere they're going to be able to talk about what's going on for them.
Never really had another woman to speak to, I've never had a mum. Well, all the ladies here are brilliant. You genuinely do care, which is really nice. If it weren't for MASH, I probably would be dead. This has been a really, really positive in my life, MASH.
So, voting time again, and here comes the music. Okay, so just again the usual pause, but I just wanted to draw your attention. So these trophies are made for us by a local artist, Ella McIntosh. She's done them, I think, pretty much every year. She comes up with a fresh design every year. So we just wanted to acknowledge that these are brilliant, because we all get dead excited when we see what she's come up with each year. So there's she does a few tests and we pass them around the office. So everybody gets a trophy. Obviously everybody who's shortlisted gets a certificate. And, you know, I love it when I'm out and about in the voluntary sector in other people's organisations and I see one of these. And usually I can tell which year it was because of which design it was as well. So that's even better. But yeah, it's great to see all those. So, to announce the winner of this particular award, which I better give back to the Lord Mayor, can you please put your hands together for Deputy Leader of Manchester City Council, Councillor Joanna Midgley.
Thank you. I know Mike said no speeches, but I'm just going to say 2 sentences. On behalf of the City Council, as the Lord Mayor said, we just want to give a massive thank you to all of you. You do incredible work. We wouldn't be the city we are without you. So thanks to everybody here and all the volunteers and voluntary groups beyond. And you all look beautiful as well. So thank you. Okay, so it gives me a great honour to award this award to the MASH volunteer.
There aren't really winners and losers in this, are there? They're all brilliant, exactly. So, but, you know, it just makes it more fun if we have a little play around and hand out some trophies. So, Another bit about volunteering. We believe it's important to encourage people to get involved in volunteering, as I said. So this award supports the organisations who get it right. This is for volunteer-involving organisation. Because the organisations that support volunteers in the people who give their time and energy organisations need to support them and look after them, because they're giving us something very precious and valuable. It's freely given, it needs to be supported and nurtured. Now, this does need resources. You know, volunteering is not free. I can see a lot of charity sector colleagues around the room nodding, particularly those who've got control over whatever finances we've got. We need to enable more people to have access to volunteering opportunities, but one of the most important roles in any charity or community group is the person who looks after the volunteers. So this award highlights groups which set an example and keep the people who volunteer at the heart of what they do. So please put your hands together and welcome to the stage the nominees from Well Safe CIC, Caritas Cornerstone and Revive CIO. Come on, keep the noise up. It's a long way to the stage. No, they're still coming. You've got to keep going longer. Oh, no, you're not stopping yet. Come on, more. This is a big room. If you're walking across it between all the tables, it takes quite a while. So, right, one last push. Let's go loud. Let's start the films.
I would describe Well Safe as brilliant.
Fulfilling.
Magnificent. Cracker.
The stuff that we do is really, really important. So imperative.
Family.
Unique.
We have got volunteers from all walks of life, and we pride ourselves in that.
Just giving people a little bit of TLC when it's needed most, I just think is an incredible thing to be a part of.
We do a lot of training that's completely free and available to our volunteers, from safeguarding, drugs and alcohol, medical awareness.
The Well Safe team are just awesome. They look after you so much, and there's been so many opportunities that I've been able to have being a part of their team, and from seeing some of my favourite DJs, from going to countries that I never thought I'd go to, like Albania.
There's loads of opportunities in terms of development, becoming team leaders and taking leads on larger and larger events that will actually progress.
We are truly grateful for each and every one of our volunteers.
We have been nominated for Volunteer Involving Organisation. Here are some of our volunteers talking about their experiences.
So one of the highlights that stand out to me was one day somebody came in a similar situation to myself, and I was able to sit with them and fill in the same form that helped me to get funds. And within a few hours or so we found out that we'd been accepted, and that took them from the streets to somewhere safe and sheltered.
As I was homeless, and I came here and asked for housing, and they sent me to the hostel. And after that I come back I decided to come to be helping even someone, because I got already help and I'm already getting help as well. So that's.
Since I started volunteering, I've been asked to be Cornerstone's accessibility rep. This means that I'm responsible for talking to people that use the service and finding out if there are any adjustments we can make to support them.
Cornerstone provides a safe and welcoming environment for everyone who uses it. Having volunteers and people who use the service involved in the design and delivery of it enables Cornerstone to truly represent the rich and diverse community which it serves.
With just 5 part-time staff, we cannot achieve outcomes without the support of volunteers.
Revive has around 40 volunteers. We do a range of things, from casework to helping with the enrichment programme. Some of it can be quite stressful, so it's really great that Revive involves us, engages us in decision making, provides us with support.
The volunteers we have are highly skilled. Some of them might not have the experience in the refugee and asylum-seeking communities, but with their transferable skills and proper induction and training, they get to own the project and are able to support service users to achieve those positive outcomes.
As a volunteer, I felt like a part of a close-knit family, united with our commitment to support and uplift those who have experienced immense challenges.
Our volunteers are a gift to our community. We love them. Thank you.
Right, cue the music. Voting time again. Okay, so while we're just waiting for the voting to finish and for the calculation of the result, I've got a bit of good news. I am delighted to say that in the next few weeks, probably week after next, don't panic, Oliver, I'm not going to give a date away, as a member of my team who's watching online. We were about to announce a new round of our volunteer expenses fund. So that is to give money to organisations to pay expenses to their volunteers. So small grants for all the community groups, well, not all the community groups in Manchester, I wish, but we will have that coming out in the next couple of weeks. So I'm really, really chuffed about that. It's thanks to a very generous donation by the Eric Wright Charitable Trust. So, have we got a result? Yep. We have a result, right? I'm going to announce this one because I want to do this, but no. Right, so the winner of Volunteering Involving Organisation of the Year is Caritas Cornerstone. Okay, so you've all been busy on your phones voting, but let's check in on what else you've all been doing with your phones in terms of social media. So we're going to go for an update to my colleagues Helen Walker and Millie Brown. Who's going first? Helen?
Me. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you. It's nice having that response and having everyone in the room, although I was less nervous when I was at home during lockdown doing this a few years ago. We decided a few years ago to kind of open it up and allow you on the night to thank anybody you'd like to thank. So we have some messages already. So we've got Edel from YouTube. Thank you, Lord Mayor. We are all coming together to make Manchester better. Lauren from YouTube. We love celebrating and applauding. Certainly tonight, we're getting plenty of practice. Rebecca from Twitter. I think Rebecca's in the room. In fact, here at Spirit of Manchester 23. Huge thanks to Withenshaw Methodists for giving us their cafe as a location for our silver screen dream. Thank you. Edel again on YouTube. Well done to all the volunteers. Heroes in the community. I know how difficult it is finding such dedicated volunteers. Joy on YouTube. Great work, Emmy. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm so proud of you. And if we can just have a few seconds to thank ourselves, and I promise I didn't write this, but this is actually from Julian, who's one of our trustees. As a proud trustee of Manchester Community Central, tonight's Spirit of Manchester 23 awards are the highlight of my year. The very best Mancunian humanity on display. Thanks, Lord Mayor, for coming, and to Mike Wilde for fronting it all. And as I say, I promise we didn't write that.
That's why you have good trustees.
At Mag Curators on Twitter, shout out to Pride in Aging volunteers from the LGBT Foundation who created our beautiful pocket park at Manchester Art Gallery. Wishing you luck at Spirit of Manchester Awards this evening. And then lastly, from Sarah on YouTube, Go Mash volunteers. Fantastic work. So keep them coming, because we'll come back later to them. Thank you.
Right, okay. Right, so next award. We're doing quite well for time here at the moment. So, right, so this one is about service user involving organisation. Now, this is one of the principles which MAC was originally established around. As well as involving volunteers, we've always believed very strongly that those who benefit from a service should be directly involved in the design, delivery, and planning of that service, because they're the people who know best what will make a difference. Now, this isn't just about being nice and making people feel, making things feel cosier and more inclusive in that sense. It's actually essential to running a good service, because, we've all seen organisations that stop listening. And you've seen what happens when services stop listening to people. It's a recipe for abuse. That's how abuse starts, is when the organisation stops listening to the people they're supporting. So it's, when we say service user involvement, that means putting what is now often referred to as lived experience at the heart of what you do. This award celebrates organisations who get it right and design it into the way they operate at every level, from their board, including the shop floor, or their frontline services, whatever you want to call it. They break down the barrier between the provider and the user. This is something we talk to the public sector about a lot, but as voluntary organisations, we should work in that way too. So, please welcome to the stage the nominees from the Booth Centre, Future Direction CIC, and Manchester Refugee Support Network. Remember, you've got to keep clapping until they're all on stage. Keep going. And let's roll the films.
I'm Farid. I've been using Booth Centre since January this year. It has increased my confidence joining activities and being included in the decision-making process, which is, I think, it's very valuable for people like me and others. I've been involved in the advisory committee, basically the last meeting before all the findings of this meeting goes to the Board of Trustees. One or two items that we discussed. One was the refurbishment that's due to happen to the kitchen. Being included in that has been helpful, and I think I will be helpful in delivering the kitchen refurb for the year 2024.
Co-production is at the heart of the Booth Centre's work. We collaborate with people who come to the centre on all aspects of the design, delivery and evaluation of our service.
Here at Future Directions, there's nothing more important to us than listening to the people we support, hearing what they've got to say and working with them to enable us to develop what we do to be the absolute best to enable as many people as possible to have great lives.
Future directions are similar, I have been included.
I'm chairman of Confirmed Challenge Group. We are an important team. We make important decisions for the board directors and give them information.
I train new staff. I told them what's it like to have a learning disability.
Love food, they're the best. They make you value.
I interviewed staff and I love doing it. It's really good and it makes me happy.
My name is Mike. I'm a member of the MRISN Board of Trustees. We engage our service users to shape and deliver our services through organizing focus group meetings, integration events, and consultation meetings. I myself, I was a service user and I became a volunteer and I rose through the ranks and became an employee of MRISN. I am now currently a member of the Board of Trustees.
My name is Hassan. I work for MRSN. I start as a service user, then volunteering with them, and now I work as a staff.
Hello, my name is Humayun and I'm from Afghanistan. I live in a hotel. I'm one of the asylum seekers.
My name is Jennifer Anderson. I work for MRSN as a coordinator of 3 of the asylum contingency hotels here in Manchester.
Right, so voting time again. This is the point where I'm starting to think, what else have I got left that I can fill in for with 13 seconds? I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll just give a shout out to a few people who were hoping to be here this evening, but who aren't, because obviously COVID and other bugs are going around again. So I just want to say hello, because I hope you're watching at home, to Sinead O'Connor from Cheetham Hill Advice Centre, Adrian Ball from Manchester Settlement, I was hoping to see Kathy Cowell from Manchester Foundation Trust, Mark Fisher from GM Integrated Care System was supposed to come as well. All had to send their apologies, but hey, we're having a great time anyway, aren't we? Aren't we? Thank you. Quicker next time. Right, how are we doing? Have we got a result? Okay.
Okay, the winner is Future Directions CIC.
Okay, so while they're having a photo taken, the next award is about inspiring campaign. So this is about successful or innovative campaigns, because it's always been part of our beliefs at MAC that voluntary and community organisations have not only the right, but the duty to speak out about what's happening in communities and say what they're seeing. Every year I say this, and it's never more important, and only yesterday, another politician, and not all politicians are bad, especially those in the room tonight, but another politician mouthed off about, oh, charities should stay away from contentious issues. This country wouldn't exist if charities had stayed away from contentious issues. We need to speak up about climate action, about racism, about reminding our government that it is not okay to walk away from our international obligations to human rights. It is our moral duty to observe them. It is not okay for the Prime Minister to slag off trans people in the way that he did so obviously the other day. All of us in this room are bloody proud to be do-gooders. And if being called, sorry, I'm getting on my soapbox here, but it's a campaigning thing. If being called woke is the price of pushing for progress, then you can call me woke as much as you like, because social progress in this country has been driven by the campaigning efforts of voluntary community and faith organisations for centuries. We were here long before the public sector was. So it's part of our communities, part of our democracy. Much of the work our organisations do is about responding to immediate need, but it also means we're only doing half the job if we don't address the causes of those needs. This award is about organisations which cherish those campaigns and inspire other people. So please welcome to the stage Send Together from Caritas Shrewsbury, Respect for All, and the Spice Group at Future Direction CIC. They didn't have far to walk. Come on.
Hi everyone, we're Respect for All. We are a charity offering counselling services for autistic people and learning disabled people and their parents and carers. We're a specialist service. All of our counsellors are either autistic or learning disabled themselves or have significant lived experience. We exist because generic talking therapies often can't meet the needs of neurodivergent communities. I'd like to introduce Julia, who's the mum of one of our clients.
Hello, my name's Julia. My son had 12 sessions of counselling from Respect for All. This had the same impact on my son as 6 years of speech therapy. He went from non-verbal to verbal with 6 years of speech therapy, but from counselling, he went from hurting himself 29 times in 15 minutes to 2 times after the sessions were over. He's able to ask people about their opinions and their interests, as well as tell other people of his own interests. It's had a huge impact on all of our family.
Well, my name's Daniel.
My name's Lauren.
Hi, my name is Christina. I'm from the Spice Group. We're on a mission to make planet Earth happy.
I think it's really important for people to learn disabilities, learn about the climate change. With funding from our nature, we have developed a project to work together to stop food waste and help protect planet Earth.
We've made this cookbook. We think that it's good for people to learn how to cook. This book has lots of tips to help prevent food waste.
We went to other places like Rights to Go First and went to Arts to tell people how to use the book. We shared copies of the books to them and we did training on how to stop food waste.
I am really proud of this cookbook and everything I've achieved.
It's been great to empower people to say no to food wastage.
We've got only one planet Earth, we must protect it.
Okay, voting time again. Okay, so that you should have finished voting in the room, and just while we're waiting for the rest of the voting to catch up, just want to flag up another bit of brilliant campaigning. Really pleased that Manchester is becoming a city of sanctuary and making a stand against the rhetoric that we're hearing from government. You know, this is a place that has welcomed so many people, including me. I'm not a Mancunian originally. But in the last couple of years as well, we've just seen so much brilliant work done by our VCSE sector around supporting people who are seeking sanctuary in Manchester, and the effort of coming together has been brilliant. So, you know, there's a campaign we need to keep pushing against with the rhetoric that's coming out. So, do we have a winner? Oh, it's not in the envelope yet. Are you having a technical difficulty with an envelope, Martin? So I'm going to invite the Lord Mayor to announce the winner.
It gives me great pleasure to announce the winner, Respect for All.
Okay, so one more award and then you get to have a break. Okay, so this one is about partnerships and collaborations because, like I said before, collaboration is something that is really important to us. It's one of the things we value most because it's common sense. With scarce resources, we need to share things. But by working together, we can also be more efficient, more effective, and more creative. And we saw so much brilliant work, didn't we, during COVID, during the pandemic. The amount of stuff that people made happen simply by working together and thinking differently. And I think we've lost some of that along the way. We need to get some of that back because there were some brilliant collaborations then. The key thing is, no single body has all the answers, no single body has all the resources, and we should bear that in mind when we're responding to things like the cost of living crisis, because we've seen brilliant collaboration. So this award celebrates organisations who have built brilliant creative partnerships. Please welcome to the stage the nominees from Afrocats, Homeless House, and Castlefield Clean and Green Friends of Sackville Gardens. Some of them come in from the back of the room, so keep clapping.
Afrocats and Whitworth is a powerful partnership launched to ensure that the gallery is a space of sanctuary for refugees and asylum seekers. During each school holiday of 2022, 1,674 families engaged in the activity, with 90% of those families having never visited the gallery before. But don't take my word for it, see what this partnership's all about.
So, let's start with a bit of music, ready? Like this. So I want to say Imela to you.
You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find that fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out and move mountains. We gon' work it out. Move mountains, and I'll rise up. I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up. I'll rise on a plane. I'll rise up. And I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, high like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again.
Hi, I'm Gary, and along with Nina, we head up Clean and Green Castlefield Volunteers.
And I'm Chris, and I do the same for Sackville Gardens.
At Clean and Green, we exist to rejuvenate, beautify, and ultimately appreciate our wonderful community of Castlefield. Our two main green spaces are the Visitor Centre Gardens and the Granary Gardens, which was our most recent joint project.
Sackville Gardens is across the canal from Canal Street and gets a lot of visitors from all around. Our main work is a big replanting scheme, part of keeping the space looking good. It's important to a lot of different communities, and we owe it to them to keep it smart.
Castlefield is really important in terms of heritage. It boasts Manchester's Roman origins, railways, canals, plus was the birthplace of the Industrial Revolution.
It's certainly part of Manchester's history and culture, and so is Sackville Gardens, which is one reason why we're getting together to look after both spaces.
It's great to collaborate like this and get together to raise community awareness and keep us motivated.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, here's the pirate music, so voting time again. Okay, so again, just a quick... I was just reflecting, looking at some of these videos tonight. Aren't they brilliant? The way they've been put... Remember, these are put together by the community groups themselves. And when we first did this, we used to have to lend people cameras and train them on how to use them. And now people are doing these amazing videos just with a little bit of support and editing them and doing all flashy graphics and stuff. That's changed. Right. Okay, so do we have a winner? So this award is actually supported by Great Minds Together. So to announce the winner, can you please welcome to the stage Karen Robertson? Where are you, Karen?
Took me by surprise somewhat there. Oh, it's my great pleasure to announce the winner of Homeless House.
Right, I promised you a break, but just before we do that, I'm sticking with the theme of campaigning, I just want to mention a few things. So you might recently have seen that we have just started publishing a series called What MAC Stands For, because we often get asked, what does MAC stand for? So we're taking that question slightly differently. This is where we identify an issue that affects the life of our city and say what we think about it, what we're doing about it, and we're inviting you to work with us in tackling it. So a few weeks ago, we launched our first statement, which was our commitment to fighting poverty in Manchester. So there's details of that in the link that's on screen now, and of course it'll all be shared on our social media and everything. October is, of course, Black History Month, and over the last couple of years at MAC, we've been looking at how we can be more active as an organisation in challenging racism, upholding equality and equity, and building the fair and inclusive society that we want to see. So in a couple of weeks, we're going to be launching our next What MAC Stands For statement, which is our anti-racism statement. Now, last year, those of you who were here will have noticed... might have noticed that last year, as part of Black History Month, all of our tables were named after Black Mancunians, so celebrating part of our city's heritage and history. Well, this year, also in celebration of the diversity of our city, as a place where love and hope are stronger than hatred and fear, we're celebrating Mancunians from our LGBTQ+ communities. So you'll see on each table, there is a story about somebody we want to celebrate. Everybody in the MAC team put these together, so we all come up with a list of names, and then each one of us goes off and writes a little piece about it, so we learn something as we're doing it. And we wanted to share that and celebrate tonight. And because the reason we do all this is because MAC is here for all of Manchester communities, and we're doing what we can to amplify voices, to educate ourselves, and keep conversations about diversity and inclusion on the agenda, including within our own sector. So there's some food for thought as we go into the break. We're going to break until 10 to 9. So can you be back at your seats by 8:50? That gives you 13 and a half minutes. And what am I... oh, thank you. Alina has just reminded me that this is also a really good time to buy raffle tickets. So back at 8:50. Thank you.
be on.
Right, going to make a start again in a minute. So, I feel awful interrupting all this lovely chatting between people, but
Tell them we want to find his feet.
yeah. Okay, so before we start again, I'm running my new lost property service again. Has anybody lost a case for some earpod things? This modern technology, it's a white case. There's no AirPods in it. There's no conspicuous markings. Is it yours? Okay. So this is where I start making notes about who left in the break. Okay, great. Right. So before we go back to our first award, I just want to make sure that we do something now rather than towards the end, which is, you can imagine how much work goes on to make something like tonight happen. So can you just join me in thanking my amazing colleagues at Mac for all of the work that they have done, because they do all of this. You know, they did it all themselves. It's stand up, guys, if you're not stood up. So where are you? Yes, even him. I particularly want to acknowledge, because we've had several, as I'm sure all of you have, several people go down with the lurgy or COVID or whatever this week. So a shout out to our colleagues who are watching this online in 13 seconds time, but particularly to Cheryl, who leads us all and cajoles us in getting all this done on time, and to Joe for stepping in at the last minute to pick up from Cheryl. So thank you so much. But honestly, all of this is done. The only thing they didn't do is build the venue and make the food, but everything else is done by Mac. So our next award is Creative Community Spirit. And this one is also supported by Great Minds Together, which I forgot to mention last time, apologies. So, one thing which really struck us during the pandemic was the amazing range of groups using things like art and creativity to support others in the community around them. And it really emphasised the importance of culture in communities. Imagine a world without musicians, artists, comedians, actors, all of the staff behind them. I mean, we've just seen what happens to an entire industry when people forget to pay writers enough money and the writers go on strike. The whole thing grinds to a halt. It's not just about the big venues. It's not just about the culture industry or culture with a capital C, you know. It's about what happens in small, informal community settings. So we asked people to tell us about individuals or groups who developed a kind of creative outlet or a project that brings hope and brings people together. So can you please welcome to the stage the nominees from Silver Screen Dreams Project, Christina Jones from Proud and Loud Arts. Now, unfortunately, Christina isn't here because she has got COVID tonight, so get well soon, Christina. And finally, the Whitworth Still parents. So let's bring them up to the stage. Okay, and we'll start the films.
Silver Screen Dreams is a comedy drama feature film. The whole concept is that a community is transformed by their love of filmmaking. Now, since September, we've been meeting together in Sharston-Wythenshawe, and we have been training people in filmmaking, in film acting, so that we're ready for this film. The primary goal of this project is to build people up in self-esteem and to create a really strong community where everyone is valued exactly for who they are. The secondary goal is to make a hopeful film that will be enjoyed far and wide by viewers, a sense of real community spirit.
Straight away, we just bonded. We laughed, we joked, it's just brilliant.
I'm from Ukraine and I live in Manchester. I felt myself comfortable with my team. I love my team.
So fun, I'm just loving every second of it. I feel like I'm living for something again.
Lights, camera, action!
Shadow Girls are based on how people see me with a learning disability as invisible, and I created a character called Sabrina. She doesn't have a lot of friends, and she never gets on with her mum, and she's always hiding and always arguing. And then she runs away and then meets a caterpillar called Elf, and he wants me to help him out and make sure that he stays safe. And then she meets a bird in the woodland called Starling, who doesn't let her have any possessions in the woodland. I'd like people to come and see the show because they might help them not to be anxious about stuff in life, and because there's a shadow in everybody, isn't there? You've just got to not hide at all and just get in there and do it and be brave. Don't need to hide.
Okay, so let's have the voting music. Voted. Okay, so this award is also supported by Great Minds Together. So can I invite up to the stage to announce the winner, Michelle Myers? Thank you, Michelle. Just while we're waiting for the results. I think I've just seen a message as well. I just want to shout out to Hope Direct Local CIC. They've just donated £1,000 to the Spirit of Manchester Fund. So thank you so much. No pressure, Martin. Okay. Do you want to do a drum roll? We haven't done a drum roll tonight, have we? Okay, let's have a roll on the drums.
Okay, I'm very pleased to announce that the winner of Creative Community Spirit is going to the Whitworth Still Parents.
There's a lot of traffic up here, isn't there? Right, so next award is Community Cohesion. Bringing communities together has, like I've said, as you've probably gathered so far, always been an important theme in our work. And I said it before, I'll say it again, you know, the escalation of some of the toxic attitudes we've seen only in this last week, but also over many years, is something the country as a whole needs to pay a lot more attention to. You know, anyway, I'm not going to go there again. You know what we think about that. With emergencies, we've seen in the last few years with people coming to Manchester, you know, adding to our community. That's Manchester showing its characteristic solidarity, support and welcome. So this award highlights activities which simply bring people together from across more than one community. It's as simple as that. They can be communities which are about a shared place or a shared culture or a shared identity. And that's about building connections, building relationships, and it is a cliche, but it is still important, simply living together in harmony. So, celebrating the fact that we all have more in common with each other than separates us. So please welcome to the stage the nominees from Lingua GM, Hideout Youth Zone, and Manchester City of Sanctuary.
Mind the stairs to the back, folks. Be careful. Are you all together? Alright, we'll do a group. Just be careful. Okay, but thank you.
Lingua GM have been welcoming, friendly and supportive to me. They have provided me with a safe and comfortable space in which to work, and it also feels a good place to learn.
At Lingua GM, we are respectful of our users' backgrounds and safeguard them as per the laws of the land. We promote inclusion. Thank you. Thanks for coming tonight and obviously celebrating Black culture, history and heritage in all its beautiful forms.
I think we celebrate Black History Month to celebrate all the people that have helped us in the past so that we're all equal. Happy International Women's Day!
Coming to Hideout has made me feel more connected to Manchester. It's helped me find myself and I've made lifelong friends from all over the city. We celebrate what makes us different, but Hideout also brings us together.
We are incredibly blessed to have you here and to celebrate all together as a community, to see the amount of young people and their families and their carers here today.
Hideout understands the importance of young people being actively part of their community and continues to promote this into their futures.
We're thrilled to be shortlisted for the Spirit of Manchester Community Cohesion Award 2023. We love the work that we do and we're really proud of the impact that it has to people seeking sanctuary. We know that it brings people together, helps build communities, helps build relationships and support networks, and allows people to have the best opportunity when they're restarting their lives here in Manchester.
So, thank you very much to Manchester City Sanctuary to give it to me a chance to be a volunteer in People History Museum. I'm very happy to be with them. I'm very glad to you. Really, thank you for your efforts very much.
Okay, voting time. And this award is supported by the Our Manchester programme team at the City Council. So, when the music finishes, nearly there. I knew I missed time then. Just keeping you in suspense. Right, so this award is supported by the Our Manchester Funds programme team at the City Council. So to present the award, can I please welcome to the stage Kieran Barnes. And while we're waiting for the result... Oh, he's writing something. That's usually a good sign. He might be doing a crossword, I don't know.
Nice and tidy to read as possible.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody. It gives me great delight to announce that the winner of the Community Cohesion Award goes to Hideout Youth Zone.
So before we move on to the next award, just a reminder that Raffle tickets are still on sale with Matt colleagues at the back. So there's Lauren and Alina there. I think there's a few more. And Josie? Jane? I can't see properly from here. There's too many lights on this day. Right, anyway, so yes, so buy more Raffle tickets. Right, there's a fight going on between members of the team about who can sell the most tickets. So, pick a winner. Right, our next category is a new one. This is about social economy champion. One of the things which is often less appreciated about the work of the VCSE sector is the role we play in the economy. We don't just deliver services or run activities, we create value through things like running community buildings. We create jobs. I had this figure in my head yesterday. There's 35,000 paid staff in the VCSE sector in Manchester. Did you know that? So alongside 162,000 volunteers, there's 35,000 paid workers in the city. Quite a few of them in this room tonight. But that just shows you that we're also a thriving employer. We're a large employer of people. That's part of our civic economy. And we bring, training and skills and development into local communities. In fact, evidence shows that the VCSE sector is actually better than the mainstream economy at spreading the economic benefit of our activities into our diverse communities. So, You spend money in the VCSE sector, it stays in the community. It doesn't go off to shareholders in London or any of that stuff. Won't go there. Manchester's economy is seen as successful, but actually, as we know, there are still high levels of poverty, inequality, and insecure low-paid work. Like I said, before we respond to the immediate problem, poverty, we also need to respond to the long-term solution, which is creating change through the way the economy works. So, working with a range of partners, we now support the Manchester Social Economy Alliance, which has got a new programme of work that's just about to start up. It's really exciting, which is all about a desire to build a better economy in the city. This award is therefore aimed at organisations who model exactly that approach. They trade, they make a surplus, but unlike traditional businesses, they reinvest their profits to create positive change. So, after all that, can you please welcome to the stage the nominees from Be Adventures CIC, Hideout Youth Zone, and Manchester City of Sanctuary. Have I got that wrong? That's what I was given. Who's? Go on then, let's do this democratically. Who's been nominated? I've got the wrong script. Have you got the number? See, we can cope with anything. So, Be Adventures CIC, Hideout Youth Zone, and Manchester City of Sanctuary. No, that's not right either. This has never happened before. Come on up and introduce yourselves if you've been nominated, and be honest. So, Be Adventures CIC. And Sophra. I tell you what, should we play the films and find out that way? 13 years. This is
Be Adventures CIC is a non-for-profit. We set up to try and get as many people as we can outdoors, especially people from low-income areas. We realised ourselves when we lived in Manchester, one of the biggest challenges was actually getting to the places where you want to go, and also having a group to go with. Sometimes it's difficult to just get involved and make that first step. The open events that we take groups out on create a surplus, and with that surplus, along with National Lottery grant and grants from other organisations, we're able to take people out in the community who wouldn't normally look to the outdoors to help themselves. We work a lot in addiction recovery centres. We know they have tight funding for themselves, so they can offer transport, lunch for the day and a free adventure day out.
Came across Be Adventures for a drug rehabilitation centre. I think it's amazing for mental health, like just being out in the open, just peaceful. It's brilliant what they do.
It's given my mental health a lot of change. Being a recovering alcoholic myself, it's great to get back out there and great to give back to other people.
Blending cultures through food. Scones and jam next to Moroccan massemen with honey. It's the perfect meeting place for residents of the extra care apartments and the wider community.
I come down for the company sometimes, but you cannot be hungry and see and smell the food. So I tend to have a takeaway. I take it upstairs with me. The food is delicious.
In the kitchen, volunteers are working on their speciality dishes, Libyan shakshuka and Moroccan flatbread. Najwa runs the kitchen as part of a social enterprise. She's also an interpreter who's helping the volunteers get the qualifications they need to progress.
I know a lot of women from ethnic background that are very, very highly qualified in the kitchen but have no idea where to start. And one of the main reasons is the English language as a barrier. So I thought, what a great way, because the cafes in an extra care scheme were elderly residents, most of them speak, or 95% of them, English is their first language. It'll be an amazing way to be practical.
Put me, in a position, use my, words, use my sentence. So when I hear every day is English language, so it's improved my skills for language.
Children Bike Deliveries is more than just a delivery service. We're a collective of people with a shared vision to make our community happier and healthier. From a grassroots response to COVID, we've grown into a successful cooperative movement with paying clients including the NHS, many South Manchester independent retailers and more. This income is ploughed back into schemes to make bikes the easier choice for people and businesses whilst reducing carbon emissions and easing traffic. Our bike library gives access to bikes for people who don't own their own, and we upcycle bikes for refugees and asylum seekers, providing them with the freedom to travel. We do daily pickups of unsold food for food banks, and through our Trishaw scheme, we ensure that age is no barrier to feeling the wind in your hair. Providing a visible, inspiring alternative for how things can be done, in total, we've taken 45,000 car miles off the road. But most of all, we offer smiles and a human connection in every single journey.
Right, so just a reminder, you are voting for Be Adventures CIC, Sufra Manchester and Chorlton Bike Deliveries. Apologies about that. Copy and paste. Not yet, he says. We could just sit and watch him, couldn't we? That could be fun. No, that's cruel. That's really cruel. So has everybody bought raffle tickets who wants to yet? Because Lauren is standing there ready and waiting. Okay, I think we must be getting near to the result. Should we have a roll on the drums again? Go on, let's do it then. All right, so this award is supported by Rubio Hazardous Waste Management Limited. There you go. They're not able to be here tonight, unfortunately, to present the award to Sufra Manchester. Do you get to understand why I love my job now? It's just like this all the time, surrounded by the best people trying to do amazing things. Right. So, another award is Tackling Inequalities. So this award is supported by Greater Manchester Integrated Pet Care Partnership. And if you haven't got a clue what that is, it's basically what the NHS is called this week. So, this is one of the running themes we've had at every single one of the Spirit of Manchester Awards. Mac believes that the fundamental role of charities and community groups and voluntary organisations is to promote equalities, celebrate diversity, challenge discrimination, create equity. Manchester's a city with a proud history on many of these issues, but there is always more we can do to ensure the opportunities and quality of life which this city can provide are open to and shared by all of our communities. So it's recently been great to see Manchester commit to doing more on this with the Making Manchester Fairer plan, which I was talking about only last night with some colleagues. So we very much support that and really encourage everybody to keep track of what's going on with Making Manchester Fairer. For this award, we ask for nominations of groups working on one or more issues of race, disability, gender, gender identity, sexual orientation, age, faith, or other issues for which people all too often experience discrimination. So, please welcome to the stage the nominees from Young Identity, Mustard Tree. The Derek Jarman Pocket Park Volunteers, Pride in Ageing and LGBT Foundation.
Young Identity is an organisation, a charity. We say that we want our young people to write, create and perform. We decided that we would have an open door policy that anybody could come along. And what we want to do with Young Identity is to say, actually, these voices are valid here in our city, but they're actually valid nationally and internationally. For me, Young Identity is not just about poetry. It is more than poetry. Poetry is at the heart of who we are, but actually it's much more than that. And I see that in those young people.
I mean, since coming to YI, I consider myself a performance poet. Like, I didn't have that confidence when I was writing as a kind of young teenager. I guess I wasn't really sure if what I was writing was good enough or if it was going to be valued. And so it's kind of given me the confidence to go, actually, yeah, what I'm writing is important and has value.
One of the biggest things that Young Identity gives to people from Manchester is a platform to perform. I'm a working class white man. Poetry for me was always very inaccessible, but finding Young Identity and being given a stage with which to speak and to share your thoughts is something that you don't find anywhere else. Like, no other workshop gives that.
And I thought, yeah, I was a dithering mess then because of personal reasons, what I've been through.
Quite lost when I first came to Mustard Tree because I lost everything when my wife died.
I didn't know what I was doing and I could have fallen back into doing wrong things.
Anxiety was high and I've never met so many different people, so do you know what I thought? I went for it the first day I was due to come here. I was like, should I, shouldn't I?
It's given you new focus in life. Got plenty of work out of it. People are lovely. Turn my life around. Back to normal now.
Been working in the kitchen, upstairs, and I've had a great time. I've had a lot of experience. I've learned quite a lot.
I'm working up to like maintenance manager, so I'm full time now. Without the Mustard Tree when I got there.
I've lost all my family, but I've got everybody back. I've got so many people that are proud of me because of what I'm doing. I can tell everybody every month. People say, "Oh, that I've not seen. God, you look so different."
Managed to give me a job at a cafe in the Manchester University, working in the cafe, making coffee for people. We have our ups and downs in life, and I was going through a down in my life. Coming here now to Mustard Tree, it's all upwards for me.
The Pocket Park at Manchester Art Gallery is a space that has been designed and planted by volunteer gardeners from the Pride and Ageing programme at LGBT Foundation. They are all LGBTQ+ and over 50. It's a space which celebrates the inclusion of older generations within LGBTQ+ communities who are often invisible, and it's named after and inspired by LGBTQ+ artist, activist and gardener Derek Jarman.
The garden embodies Manchester with its combination of music, art, nature and LGBT folk. Since the launch in 2022, we have spoken to thousands of people, flower shows, youth groups and gallery visitors. It is amazing working on a project that makes a huge contribution to the well-being of people living and working in the city centre. It is a green oasis with inclusion at its heart.
Okay, so this is your last vote. This is your last vote for the evening. Okay, so that's the end of the music for the evening. So if there's any swashes left unbuckled. It's too late now. Right, so just while we wait for the result, can I invite to the stage, because this award, as I say, is supported by Greater Manchester Integrated Care Partnership, the Director of Public Health for Manchester, David Regan. It's on its way. Okay. Right, here we go. Here's the envelope.
Thanks, Mike, and I'm delighted that the winner of the Tackling Inequalities Award, Mustard Tree.
So, last award for the evening. Now, this award is... I always choke up a bit at this point, I'll be honest. This award is for somebody who embodies all that's best about our sector. Enthusiasm, creativity, bringing people together, and always wanting to do more. Which is why it's named in memory of the winner of our award at our 2015 event, Dr. Sylvia Sham, who was Chief Executive at the Y-In for many, many years, and it's good to see friends from Y-In here tonight as well. Sylvia was a friend, an inspiration, and an absolute force of nature who left us in 2016, so it's a reminder to us all to celebrate the people who we find inspire us and give us hope, and celebrate them while we have the opportunity. Tonight's award... Well, let's look at the video.
I've known Peggy Connerty for 40-odd years. We were both nursing at North Manchester.
I have known Peggy Connerty since 1987. She came to the first Irish community care meeting that we had.
You know, she's been coming to the centre for decades. She's been involved in the local community for years, not just the Irish community, the Jewish community, the Asian community.
Peggy has been going for years. A lot longer than me.
She has been a great asset to both Irish community care and the Irish Orthodox sector.
She's a very helpful person. You know, anything you need, she goes out of her way to help.
We admire you. She never stops to shut up. She gets up, she dances.
She says what she has to say, says it straight.
No, whatever she says at the meeting, she tells the truth.
She's a local advocate for most people around here. You know, she seems to say what a lot of people are too scared or maybe too embarrassed to say.
Full of life and like
if you aspire to be like anybody, my view that Peggy's out and what she's achieved throughout her life, that she would be somebody to look up to.
We're lucky to have you, Peggy. Community care is lucky to have you.
Oh, she's a nice person. Sometimes she loves the crack and has to get shut me off.
Ladies and gentlemen, Peggy Connerty.
Thank you to everybody for nomination me. I don't think I deserve it, but I don't think anybody else wants this, so there's all Peggy can do. But the one thing, I know I'm going to delay you a bit, but this is very important. The thing is, Irish Community Care is an organisation which helps everybody. It doesn't matter what creed, what nationality you're at, they're always there for you. We have been very, very good to people, and people have been good to us. Also, Manchester City Council have been very good to us over the years. I'm not quite sure you're as good these days as you were. but you did. Also, the thing is that we have got a marvellous voluntary sector. We have got marvellous people, 80 into Irish Centre in Cheetham Hill, about 60 or 70 into St Mary's, so many in St Kensington. We look after everybody, from, as the same would be saying when I was a young nurse, from the cradle to the grave. And thank you.
Congratulations, Peggy. I think you've just won next year's Inspiring Campaign Award as well. Let's now go back this time to Millie for a check on our social media desk.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, it's a real pleasure to be sharing with you some more of the lovely messages that are coming through from those of you at home watching on the YouTube live stream, and also people in the room as well. So I will launch in. So Daniel, one of our trustees as well on Twitter, has said, it's brilliant to see Caritas Cornerstone winning the Volunteer Involving Organisation Awards. Well done to them again. Sandy at Cairn would like to thank Mike Wilde for hosting the Spirit of Manchester 2023. The Barker Baker on Twitter, not sure who that is, but it's a good name, is sending love, thanks and good luck to our friends at Sofra Manchester. Emmy's Kitchen have said it's great to see so many brilliant Manchester volunteers in one room. Simply the best, Manchester. Ralph Jordan Navarro has commented on YouTube, a special thank you to all of the different organisations that support families of children and young people with special educational needs and or disabilities. We're very lucky to have more than a few such wonderful organisations in our city. Emily Key on YouTube's done a shout out to well done Future Directions. Helen Grady has commented, I like hearing the principles of MAC outlined so clearly, keeping volunteering voluntary, user participation, etc. Fine work. Isla Oxton Grant is so proud of the team and community at the Booth Centre. Go team. Keith Frischman has shared a special thank you so much to everyone who voted for him and has helped him to get where he is today. It's highly appreciated. Ali Guns said inspiring words from Mike Wilde at MAC about the importance of the VCSE sector being free to campaign and champion the voices of those we represent. Thank you to Manchester Community Central for representing. We've got a few. So Joe Moon, so many amazing nominations at Spirit of Manchester tonight, truly inspiring, and it's an honour to be in a room with so many selfless people. Annie at MASH is absolutely over the moon that our incredible volunteers at MASH have been recognised like this. The work they do is inspirational. So proud. Patrick at Caritas on Twitter has said, congratulations to our amazing team of staff and volunteers at cornerstone. You did it and deserve every credit. Daniel Taylor's proud to see the amazing work of Respect for All being awarded by Manchester Community Central for the Inspiring Campaign Award. Jason Bergen on Twitter, it says, it's inspiring to be at the Spirit of Manchester Awards. Amazing city of volunteers, campaigners and solidarity. Proud to call Manchester home. #OhManchester. Ruth is honoured to be on the Cheddar Gorgeous table, hearing all the amazing stories of volunteers doing amazing things across the city. Joanne Galeski says, go Karen at Great Minds Together. Ruth says, love and hope are stronger than hate and fear. We've got a special thank you to at Emmy's House. You're an inspiration to us all. Lots of love from Ruth Denton. Summer Harrison on YouTube says, well done, Homeless House. You are amazing. Daniel Taylor's loving how Manchester Community Central is demonstrating its commitment to equality with the table cards at Spirit of Manchester Awards, which feature out and proud LGBT+ Mancunians. Coming Home are sending thanks, love and good luck wishes to the amazing team at Sofra Manchester from your friends at Coming Home Project. Hetty says, Chrissy, the Creative Community Spirit nomination is so well deserved. Charles is having a fantastic time catching up with amazing real people. Just a few more now. Villa, actually, his name is Villa, is watching from Kosovo today and representing Well Safe. Nikala has shared her fourth teary moment of the night, reminded of the creative and impactful exhibition at Whitworth Art Gallery involving parents affected by stillbirth. I'll never forget accidentally bumping into that exhibition. Got my vote and they won. Dr. Katcher says congratulations to all of the VCSE organisations nominated for Community Cohesion tonight. As Mike Wild says, it's now more important than ever. And Joe Moon says congratulations to Sofra for your award. You've worked so hard. And finally, I just want to say thanks to our top media team. We've had Sophie Millian-Barkery diligently monitoring social media at the back of the room over there, sending messages to us so we can share them with you. So thanks to them as well. Thanks, everyone. I believe it's over to Martin for the raffle now.
Yes, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. I am proud to introduce here from the sun-drenched boulevards of Wigan, the Deputy Chief Exec of MAC, Martin Preston.
Thanks, Mike. Before we start, I wanted to reference somebody who absolutely thrives on praise and appreciation and adoration. Can you please put your hands together for the man of the night, Mike Wild? I also think Mike's suit deserves a round of applause, because anybody who's been to every one, as some of us have, 11 years, his suits have gradually got better. All I'll say is the first one I ever saw, I don't think you could sell it in a charity shop. Right? So hats off, please, round of applause for Mike's new suit. Right, shall we fire off? We've got 17 prizes. Have you all got your tickets? Can we have the box, please? So this is for a £30 voucher for the first ticket from City Days, and it's Urban Adventures in Manchester. Shall I do it? You do it. Dig deep. It's a pink ticket and it's 281. If you've got it, we've got a winner on that table. Could you please take that prize? The next prize Entry for 2 to the Frog and Bucket comedy store. If you want to have you can basically have 2 tickets, so you can take your partner, loved one, but if you want a really good time, just take a mate. And the ticket is... Well, that one, it's a blue ticket and it's 75. 75. Do we have a winner? On that table over there. Can we take the Frog and Bucket tickets over to that table, please? Okay, next prize. This is a cracker. It's a £10 voucher for Greggs. Ellen's going to do this. What I will say is there must be a cost of living crisis, because the last year it was £25. Yeah, and at the time I worked out that was something like 16 sausage rolls. So you're not getting 16 sausage rolls, and the winning ticket is 111, and it's a pink ticket. There you go. Greg's voucher. This lady in the green top. Hey. Next, we've got a £15 voucher for Noops, which is apparently a shop that sells expertly crafted chocolate drinks. It's in Manchester, so don't worry about it. Are you doing the ticket, Helen?
I will do this ticket, Martin.
It's a blue ticket and it's number 50, 50. Blue ticket 50. That gentleman over there. Now we've got something that every Manchester United fan in here will want. It's a family tour for 4 to Manchester City, where you can immerse yourself in the city story on the Manchester City Stadium tour and visit areas of the stadium and see lots of silverware that Manchester United aren't likely to see for quite a while. Apologies. You can laugh at me, I'm a Wigan Athletic fan. Is this the winning ticket? Yep. It is. Would you say that's a green?
That's a green.
A green 91. 91. Put it back in? Is Janet a secret Manchester United fan and we didn't know? Oh, nothing secret, all right. You could have changed allegiance and everything. Are we going again? Okay.
Matt Trustee's sticking to their values. That's
It's another green ticket and it's number 72. Yay. There you go. We have a winner. Next prize, Pizza Express, and it's a starter and a main course. And according to the website, mouth-watering starters include garlic mushrooms, bruschetta, chili king prawns, lemon and herb chicken wings, buffalo mozzarella and tomato. And for mains, you can have pizza. What ticket have we got? 146 pink. 146 pink. Nobody owning up to it. 146 pink. Not here. Are we going again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Next ticket, please.
All right.
175 pink. 175 pink. On that table. Right, we've got, this is an ice skating for a family of 4 at Ice Planet, which I remember as Altrincham Ice Rink. Now it's Ice Planet. It's some space age thing, you know. You can still break your legs. 233 pink. 233 pink. Well done. Now we've got, it's the Royal Exchange and it's 2 tickets to Romeo and Juliet. And it's from October the 20th until the 18th of November. Ticket? Oh. I could tell you a load of guff about it. It sounds great.
Hang on. There we are.
41 blue. Blue 41. Well done, look at that. One of the smartest people in the house. Now we've got 2 T-shirts of your choice from Salford Lads Club. Apparently you can only have extra small or XXXL. But 2 T-shirts of your choice. 104 blue. 104 blue. Woo! I was lying because you can't have the XXXL, you can only have the extra small. We're on the booze section. Mike said it before, this is a dry event, isn't it? So don't just crack them open straight away, even though you're gasping. Right, so these are all from Southway Housing. We've got 4 prizes of 2 bottles. The best plonk you can get from Wigan. 101 pink. 101 pink. 2 bottles over there, please. And again for 2 more bottles.
Oh. Pink again.
253 pink. 200. Way, go on. Can we have 2 bottles of plonk over that way, please? Yeah, there's 1 in the bag and then 1 bottle behind it as well.
Right, Mike.
Mike's doing some now. Another 2 bottles. Thank you, Mike. 294 pink. 294 pink. 294 pink. That lady there. It doesn't matter, you know what's going on there, don't you?
Last one?
Yeah, last one of 2 bottles. 73 green. 73 green. He's won again. Hey, we've got 1 more left, haven't we? Right, okay. It's a what? Cremant. Right. We've got a bottle of Cremant. Blue 128. Blue 128. Table over there. Can somebody take that bottle over there? We've seen some... Sorry about the lack of movement. I think somebody was trying to nab that bottle then. Right. We've now got... This is a great one. From Team Sport, it's a voucher for a 30-minute session, and it's an indoor go-kart located on the Manchester Arena car park. According to this, it's like no other venue. A multi-level, 550-metre circuit, only a short walk from Victoria train station. Go-karts can reach up to 40 miles an hour. But it'll take 30 minutes to get to 40 miles an hour. They're pretty slow, right? And the winning ticket is 130 green. 130 green.
Oh, at the back.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Next prize is a £10 voucher for the Unicorn Grocery in Charlton. Nice place. Apparently it won a BBC Food and Farming Award. What can you buy for a tenner? 2 packets of potatoes, I don't know. 247 pink. 247 pink. Whoa! You want it to go again? You do not want the potatoes, no. Keem, okay, thank you for that. We're going again. Blue 48, 48. Over there.
We've got one over there.
Is this one of yours, Mike? Is this the coupling?
It might be.
Oh, it's not as obscure as your previous ones, is it? Right, the final prize. By final, normally this is the best, but I'm not sure at all. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's definitely not. It's a coupling DVD set. Look at that. Apparently, never seen it. BBC television sitcom. written by Stephen Moffat. It's based on his relationship with Sylvia, the show's producer. Apparently, it's a bit like Friends, but a higher IQ, mate. Would you like to give a review, mate?
It's more British.
More British than Friends. Does that? Yeah, okay. 189 pink. 189 pink. Hey, what are we doing with the final thing? I've not been given any names or anything for the mystery prize.
Oh, the mystery prize? It's come from a team of Mac, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I don't mean that. I don't know who's won.
Oh, we're picking it.
Oh, we're picking it now. Apologies, there's one more prize. Don't just fire off. Last prize. Everybody who's attended tonight, their name has been put in this box. The longer the name, the more chance you've got of being picked out. And you win this box. Every year we've done this, so we call it the Mystery Prize. And it's meant to be a night in. I've not actually been told what's in this one. But normally, it's all the staff get together and they look through the cupboards of all the rubbish and crap that they couldn't get rid of at Christmas. You know, sell-by dates coming up, all that, the presents that nobody wanted. And we ram it in a box. Yeah? See, but you should have booze, fags. No, there's no fags. There's booze, snacks, and I think, am I right, there's a DVD. There is a voucher for Netflix, something like that. Is that right? It's a Netflix voucher for £2.50. No, it's not. It's more than that. It's enough to at least watch something. Right. Have you picked out somebody, mate? We've got a winner.
The Lord Mayor has picked out.
Oh, the Lord Mayor has picked this out. So if you're not happy, you know who to go and say. It's Graham Allenson.
You can see why we let him go on at the end, can't you? Thank you, Martin. Brilliant as ever. I have so missed him doing the raffle over the last few years. So, that is us done for tonight. Spirit of Manchester Awards number 11 is finished. So on behalf of all the staff and trustees at MAC, can we please say a huge thank you to our guest of honour, the Lord Mayor, Yasmin Gar. She's been so brilliant leaping up and down and taking photos with everybody. It's a tough gig. Our venue partner, King's House, the tech team, Jack and Matt, and Jack from MAC, who've been doing that. Our award supporters, everybody who donated the amazing prizes to that raffle. And there are still more available to win online, remember, although none as good as the 4 series of Coupling, a BBC sitcom. Never mind. Our judges, our filmmakers, everybody who nominated and persuaded somebody else to vote. But just of all, thank you so much to everybody who's come here tonight and all the staff and volunteers in our amazing voluntary community and social enterprise sector. Please, please tell more people about what you've heard tonight and have a safe journey home. Thank you.